Hi everyone, this is Vivian with my spiritual GPS through Expansion Network. And it is January 2020. So, a lot of you are probably feeling this up in the air. It's kind of like feeling lost. Because, like usually at the beginning of the year or even before the beginning of this 2020, you're looking at planning, right? You're looking at setting your intention, setting your goals for the future. By the way, I want to share the difference between an intention and a goal. Intention just means it's a focused commitment, meaning you are in the present when you're setting an intention. So, my intention today in sharing this with you is to give you some tips and tools on how you can actually interpret and how you can actually take care of whatever feeling that's bubbling up inside of you. It might be a feeling of being lost. It might be a feeling of anger. And we got to figure out exactly what are you angry about. So I'm going to share with you some tools to help you bring that out. Now, a goal, on the other hand, is something that we set for the future. So a lot of us set our goal for the year, right? It's like 2020, a new decade. And I was very ambitious that I took a bunch of people in Sedona, Arizona, and we actually processed a whole decade of whatever stuff and baggages we've been carrying for the last 10 years of our lives. Woo! I can tell you it was a big awakening and a big emptying and a big release that happened that is to prepare us for 2020. Okay. What is the next feeling that comes up after you've released? This is very common, that you feel lost, right? So last week it might be after the new year, you're like gung-ho, this is it, I'm going to do something about my life. It's 2020, it's a brand new year. And then this week came and you feel deflated, you feel lost. A lot of you may have decluttered. That's great. Congratulations. You got to give yourself a pat in the back because you did it. You did something beautiful. You have let go and released of a lot of things in your life. That's awesome. That's amazing, right? But then you're like, now what? Now what? Some of you may be feeling some form of anger, frustration, irritation, and I promise you it's all normal, okay? It's part of the change. It's part of the process. This happens usually every beginning of the year. Why is that? Because some of us push ourselves to the very end, right? Till the end of December to get whatever we wanted, and some of you did. Some of you felt like you did something, but you're still not enough. Why is it that most women, most of us, go out there and we still have this longing inside of us? Like we've done something, but we think we're not good enough. I want you to ask yourself, what standard are you using to give yourself that judgment or that criticism? Think about that, right? Who in your life is so powerful aside from yourself that you've given yourself permission to these people? It could be society, culture, tradition, religion. It could be anybody. But you said that I wasn't good enough. Like, where is that coming from? So go ahead, get a pen and paper and write that down. Like, ask yourself and truly answer it from the bottom of your heart. Who is the person in your life that's causing you to feel like you are not good enough? When I look back, for me, it was a lot of culture, tradition. I have to be a certain way in order to be accepted, in order to become successful. But is that really what you are making a standard of? Like, is that your own standard? Because if you keep on comparing yourself with other people out there, you're never going to be happy. So this year, I want you to set a standard for yourself. Like, what is your own standard for your own true happiness? Because that's why you're so upset. You're not upset about other people. You can project that, by the way, because underneath that anger is some form of pain that you're carrying. A lot of times you just don't really know for yourself what is truly your own standard, like what would truly make you happy. So for once and for all this year, because I've seen this energy, right? It's very pink. We need to learn how to love ourselves unconditionally with all the good and the bad that came with you. All the baggages that you have, all the accomplishments that you've ever had, and everything you're ever going to accomplish this year, you want to really be true to who you are this year. Because only you can make yourself happy. No one out there. It's not your spouse, it's not your children. If they don't behave the way you want them to, so what? That's their own way of testing your boundaries, right? So when you're getting upset, I want you to try this technique, because I know that I've used it before to help me calm down my anger. By the way, anger is just physically or physiologically, your liver is suffering, right? Liver is located on your right rib cage. So everybody put your hand on your right rib cage. And your other hand, I want you to put it on your belly button, okay? And I want you to close your eyes with me for a minute. We're going to take a deep breath. But I want you to imagine this emerald green energy. So I'm surrounded by this beauty around me. Lots of green. So you can visualize that. You can focus on the green. And I want you to breathe in green as if you're bringing this emerald green into your liver, right? So take a deep breath. And then breathe out with emerald green all throughout your body. So let's do this for a few minutes. Let's breathe in green and breathe out green. Let's breathe in green and breathe out green. Actually, take a seat if you have to. Sit down and really put your feet flat on the ground and just breathe with me. Green energy. Breathe out green. The liver is a major organ of the body in Chinese medicine. It is the element of wood. Without a structure, we really don't have much, right? So if we're building a house, we need wood. So let's breathe in green and breathe out green. As you're breathing this energy, you are inhaling all the patience that comes with building, because that's the beginning of the year, is you're building something out of your life. When you release all the anger, the frustration, the irritation, and all the cousins of anger that comes with it. When I'm doing body work, all of these resentment is actually located between like the diaphragm and the top part of the liver, which is right here. And a lot of the women out there, the thing is with the traditional medical model, you won't see a liver dysfunction unless it's too late. However, if you are very aware of your body, you'll find a little bit of tension in your neck on the right side, right? Because the liver is on the right side. You would also find some shoulder pain or some tension or stiffness in the shoulder. Sometimes it's both sides, but mostly you're going to start to feel it on your right side. You may also feel like when you're running, runners out there, you may find some pain in the right rib cage area. You may also find some referred pain in the back, where the kidney area is in the back, because the rib cage, the whole rib cage covers your liver. So some of these symptoms may show up even in the lab. You may see some high cholesterol functions. You're going to see a few signs and symptoms like fatigue, like you're always tired and exhausted, or perhaps you're always in a pissy mood, like you're always upset and you don't know what triggers you. So these are some of the symptoms that you feel when your liver is telling you that it's no longer working well. But sometimes we wait too long and we accumulate all these symptoms because we don't know that they're part of our anatomy and physiology. We don't know that something's not quite right. We also know physiologically that your liver is connected with a blood vessel, right? Called your inferior vena cava. It's a big vein that connects to your heart. So for those of you out there with a broken heart, and you just think you just had a breakup, that's the reason why you're pissed off, a lot of times it's because you're just angry at yourself for putting up with this person in your life. You may not know it, but you may have given yourself this sentence of unforgiveness because you couldn't forgive yourself for being with this person that you decided to invite into your life. So the liver comes in many different forms, right? In many different signs and symptoms. So the more you know a little bit about your own body, the more you will be able to take care of yourself. So I would suggest that exercise I gave you, breathing in green and breathing out green. If you do that for about 15 minutes or so, for those of you that have been meditating and you're able to release that energy of anger, frustration, irritation, you'll feel things come out of your head, your skin, like you're going to feel liberated, pretty much. What's going to happen is you're going to feel so light and you're going to feel so patient, not only with other people, but with yourself when you start to do this exercise. So I want you to try that because that is specifically for your liver. And watch how your neck starts to straighten up, how your shoulders start to just be more level. Okay? How when you run, you may no longer start to feel that pain in the rib cage area. So just pay attention to how your body changes. So try this exercise every single day for the whole week and see how it shows up in your life. So let me tell you about what happened in Sedona. So I set my intention to help people, about 8 to 10 of them, coming with me in Sedona, Arizona, and we were going to ignite our fire for 2020. What does that mean? It means we were detoxing ourselves at least 2 weeks before we came. And then when we got there, on our first day, we went to this divine feminine trail. So it's so fascinating to show you that the grandmother tree, when you look at it from the base, a woman has multiple roots, multiple arms and branches. And literally we walked into grandmother tree and felt nurtured, welcomed, so peaceful, so loved and supported. We literally, one by one, went inside the tree and just allowed her to support us. And it was a glorious day. And of course, all of the facets of being feminine, whatever that meant to that person, and I had male and female participants. We were crying, we were laughing, we were just overjoyed, and we went through the whole trail. In the afternoon, after we had lunch and downloaded all the information we needed how to show up as a divine feminine, we went and met a spiritual facilitator, and he read our aura individually, and we had a 12 spread card for the next 12 months for our angel tarot card reading. And then whatever we were meant to do, we brought ourselves to the Amitabha Stupa. It's like an outdoor Buddha area. And we've decided to pray for what it is that we wanted for the world, for ourselves and for the world. So that was our first day. Our second day was the Divine Masculine Trail. And this Divine Masculine Trail allowed us to feel anchored, just have that firm foundation to be who we want to be in the world. And we healed everything about our divine masculinity and all of the things that can possibly go into what a responsible, loyal, faithful person we are in this world. It was truly an honor to be there. Of course, the Divine Masculine Trail was, the grandfather tree was just an upright tree with a little bit of thing sticking out in the front. It was so interesting. It was fascinating to see, right? And everybody, like I said, felt different in both the trails. Everybody had their divine messages. It was fascinating to watch. And then we went for sound healing. We cleared a lot of our old baggages. We literally buried them in the trails, right? And we yelled to the top of our lungs. And we released everything that we could in the last decade so that we can be ready for 2020. So that was our retreat. It was fascinating to burn all of the issues that we have right before we went to the labyrinth walk. And it was awesome. So I hope you guys can come with us the next time we go there. Jeff was telling us we're going to be back there in September with nature again. So perhaps in September of this year, we will be back with a bigger group who are willing to actually make this world a better place, because I know that all of you are capable in doing that. So one of the people that came with me, and she wanted to actually share a testimonial, Ella Pitkin, and I wanted to share her testimonial on what she experienced working with me. And so I want you to stay tuned and hear what she has to say.
My name is Ella Pitkin, and I'm with American Best Credit. This is a testimonial for Vivian de Guzman, and I started working with her back in March, right after my husband had left. When he left, he took everything that wasn't nailed down and cleaned out our bank accounts. I literally didn't have $1 to feed my children. Within 30 days, the goals that Vivian and I set together were achieved and surpassed. My 90-day goals came, and they also were achieved and surpassed. I can't say enough good things and amazing things about achieving these goals and turning my life around. Thank you, Vivian.
You're welcome. How long, the 90-day goal that you had?
We set up a 30-day jar.
Yep.
And a 90-day jar.
Okay.
At the end of 30 days, I was told that I put all of my money into whichever jar I felt. And at the end of 30 days, I couldn't open it before. At 30 days, something happened in my life where I needed an exact number of dollars. And I opened up my jar, and it was in there.
Oh, how cool.
And the same thing happened with my 90-day jar. The same need arose, and it was met right there. Easy.
So normally, how long would it take for you to make that 90-day goal?
Actually, my goals were set so high that they would never have been achieved. My goal in 90 days was 120,000.
Wow.
And I got 120,000 on the button. Exactly.
How cool is that? And in the past, how long did it take you to achieve that?
That was my lifetime savings.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yes, it was incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. So that's Vivian today for our My Spiritual GPS. And remember, today my intention was to share with you some tips on how you can help yourself release some of your anger, frustration, and irritation. And so please practice that technique that I shared with you. And you're going to see all of these tips again on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Facebook Live, and also YouTube. So stay tuned for our upcoming shows every single week, and I will hope to see you soon. By the way, everyone, I would like to share with you a special gift for just being here and watching this show. How would you like to have the 7 secrets to unleash your money magnet? You know, I wish I had this information when I was starting out just like you, because I was lost and I didn't know what to do. But when I found out that there are spiritual gifts and spiritual laws out there that actually govern this process called money, it would have been easier. So I'm sharing that with you now. And if you go to uplevel2020.com/money magnet, you can get your free gift, and it's waiting just for you. If you'd like to experience a group healing with me, I'm going to do an event called uplevel2020.com, and you are more than welcome to join me, whether live or live stream all around the world. So I will see you soon, and keep on watching the show to help you with some of the challenges that you're having every single week. I'll see you soon.